The Supreme Court is the nation's highest judicial authority, shaping American law for generations. Its 9 justices, appointed for life, make decisions that impact everything from individual rights to government power. In a deeply divided political climate, the court's rulings often split along ideological lines, fueling debates about its legitimacy. That's why a unanimous decision, where all 9 justices agree, stands out as a powerful statement. Such unity signals that the legal principle at stake is clear, transcending politics and ideology. On contentious issues like gun rights, where the Second Amendment sparks fierce debate, a 9-0 ruling is especially rare. Most gun-related cases fracture the court, mirroring the nation's divisions. So when the justices reach total consensus on a gun law, it's a landmark event. A unanimous decision provides clarity, stability, and authority that split rulings lack. It demands attention from lawmakers, courts, and the public, because it leaves no doubt about the law's meaning. In Cornelia v. Strom, the Supreme Court delivered a unanimous decision on police power and gun confiscation. The case began when police, after a wellness check, entered Edward Cornelia's home without a warrant and seized his firearms. Cornelia argued this violated his Fourth Amendment rights. The key question: can police use the community caretaking exception, originally for vehicles, to enter homes without a warrant? Lower courts said yes, but the Supreme Court disagreed. Justice Clarence Thomas, writing for all 9 justices, declared that the home is uniquely protected under the Fourth Amendment. Police cannot enter a home without a warrant for non-criminal reasons, except in true emergencies. The ruling united conservatives and liberals, underscoring the fundamental right to privacy in one's home. It closed the door on using community caretaking as a shortcut for warrantless home entry and gun seizure. The decision is a strong defense of private property and constitutional procedure. It makes clear, police need a warrant, not just good intentions, to enter your home. This rare consensus sends a powerful message about the limits of government power. The Supreme Court's ruling in Cornelia v. Strom reinforced that the home is at the core of Fourth Amendment protection. Police can't enter a home without a warrant just because they're performing a wellness check or other caretaking function. If officers believe someone is a danger and firearms are involved, they must get a warrant, presenting evidence and showing probable cause to a judge. The court didn't ban all firearm removals for safety, but insisted on strict legal procedures. The decision didn't address the Second Amendment or invalidate red flag laws, which require court orders. Instead, it set a clear boundary. The home is a constitutionally protected space, and exceptions are rare. The ruling's impact goes beyond guns, affecting all non-criminal police entries into homes. It reaffirms that privacy and security in one's home are fundamental rights. Both citizens and law enforcement now have a clearer understanding of these constitutional limits. The Cornelia decision complicates state gun confiscation laws, especially those tied to mental health. Nevada's law lets police seize firearms during a mental health crisis without a court order, now at odds with the Supreme Court's ruling. States may need to revise such laws to require warrants or emergency judicial approval before entering homes. The ruling doesn't block states from acting but insists on constitutional safeguards. In contrast, Canada's broad gun buyback is legislative, not police-driven, and highlights a different approach. The U.S. legal system, reinforced by Cornelia, makes door-to-door confiscation nearly impossible without strict procedures. Canada's struggles with enforcement serve as a cautionary tale for sweeping gun policies. In America, the home is a legal fortress, making widespread warrantless confiscation unworkable. The decision ensures that any government action on guns must respect the Fourth Amendment. The unanimous ruling drew praise from gun rights groups and civil liberties advocates alike. Organizations like the NRA and ACLU, usually at odds, both saw it as a victory for constitutional rights and privacy. They agree police shouldn't enter homes or seize property without due process. Gun control advocates, however, worry the decision could slow interventions in crises, potentially risking lives. The public is divided. Some see the ruling as common-sense protection, others fear it ties law enforcement's hands. The debate highlights the challenge of balancing individual rights with public safety. While the court was united, the nation remains split on how best to achieve that balance. Police departments nationwide are updating policies to comply with the Supreme Court's clear directive: no warrantless home entry for community caretaking. Officers must now secure warrants, except in true emergencies, before seizing firearms or property during wellness checks. This shift means closer coordination with judges and streamlined emergency warrant processes. State legislatures are reviewing laws, especially red flag and mental health statutes, to ensure they meet constitutional standards. Laws allowing warrantless seizures will likely need amending. The ruling also fuels new legal challenges to existing gun control measures. Courts will now scrutinize any law permitting home entry without a warrant. The Caniglia precedent sets a high bar for government action inside the home. The Caniglia ruling reshapes the future of gun laws, emphasizing due process and constitutional procedure. New legislation will require court-supervised steps before police can enter homes or seize firearms. Red flag laws may evolve to include faster hearings and stronger evidence requirements. States might invest in technology for rapid judicial review, balancing safety with rights. The decision could also impact police accountability, making it harder to claim ignorance of the law. Ultimately, the ruling doesn't end the gun debate. It clarifies the constitutional framework for it. The path forward is about acting effectively while honoring the nation's founding principles.